Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is still Trails the Third, all the way down in Gehenna. All the way down to hell. And we climbed up so far that we already met basically Kevin's mom, or at least a representation of her here in Gehenna, and we laid her to rest. So now we can wonder what's up next. I think it's probably 1 or 2 tiers higher, which would mean Wiseman and or Rafina. But Rafina could also just be the final boss of the entire 7th plane. But we'll have to see. Our main goal, what we're doing right here, is trying to get out and trying to get to our friends. And the advantage of having such a small group, it's a lot easier to walk away. Alright, let's do some magic. Is a small one good enough? It is. Might want to hit that a little bit. So it's out of the range of the explosion. Yes! Just like we wanted. That's how we do it. Trying to play it smarter every fight. Until we got it down perfect. Alright. And ooh, that's new. Well, it's not technically new. It was one of the additional monsters during one of the boss fights. Reckless Abandon. I think this was a chance of death blow, wasn't it? So we might want to hurry up a little bit. No! Oh crap. Really? So we got an on defense pad. That's still okay if his KO worked, but sadly I don't think death would work on a creature of Gehenna. Way too powerful. Right, that's a lot of damage. Are you allowed to do one more? Oh, definitely. Oh, no worries, no problem.
Stay alert. This ain't
Alright, then I see one part there. The window, you can just stay there. Ooh. New enemies? I definitely want to try. Benu Necleus releases powerful miasmas which rots away its surrounding. True form. Wish I had a little bit more. As long as there's no death blow, we should be able to damage it quite significantly. EP, no problem, we can always get it back. We have plenty of potions to do so. I do wonder what kind of magic it's gonna do. Probably a very strong miasma attack. Abyssal. Ooh, don't tell me that's a death blow. Ah, all status. Oh, that shit. 2000. She might, but magic would be a little bit better. Wow, that's a very special death animation. Why is that so different? Is it that special? Does make me curious what it is. Do we have data? Ooh, someone with some extra good armor pieces? It's an idea we can keep in our head in between episodes. I always like to find the enemies in areas that we know have the potential of dropping armor pieces. So far, not a lot of armor pieces that are really actually good. They have like lesser defense, higher additional stats. Oh, if you can find like a ninja garb or type of thing that's on the same defense level but with that added agility, I would grind forever to get that, because that thing was amazing. Because we still have the tournament we need to do after we get back to our friends. Tier old bomb, and the chest is still empty. Yeah, I think one of the signs that we are really getting out of there as soon as the text in the chest comes back. Ooh, did you turn around on me? I think... Ooh, super fluid. At least he didn't divide himself.
Sorry that you had to die.
Ooh, he is getting closer to 35, but I don't think he's gonna get it before we come up to another person. So gotta keep in mind whether or not we want to give him a little bit extra. So what's the path down there? There's some place we can walk later? Or is it just to tease me with it? I'm sorry, but you are gonna go down first, because all the other ones are nothing to me. Nah, it does normal attacks, even if it's vanished. We do enough damage to destroy the living crap out of them, so it doesn't matter.
Janus, my thanks to thee.
Yeah, of course I take a chance to attack again. Even if it's just to have a chance on attacking your backside. Alright, before we head over to the next screen, we do need to make sure that we recover our EP, even if it's just a little. Because if the next fight is indeed Wiseman, or the spirit of him, that we need to release, he's gonna be strong. With two people, we should be able to do it. Still gonna be hard though. Drop a box. Ah, come on. Yeah, with Josette's bonus added, it should be a lot easier. Really? You can fly over parts that I can't walk over? Cheeky. Really cheeky. It's fine. Yeah, even if she doesn't destroy it, and last simple arrow would be more than enough.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you rest in peace.
Mirrors can just Go. And way. 480 for her. Yeah, that should be fine. It's more about Kevin. For the healing possibility that he has. Ooh, change of music. Strange power is overflowing from the orb. Oh yeah, this is gonna be something very special. What do we always do? We do something special? We make sure to save and set up everything for the fight. So let's try and do this. Ooh. Guardians? Wait. Okay, so it's not that we can walk over the arms to those segments, okay? Oh, we're at the exit. Is it who I think it is? There are only 2 candidates worthy of guarding that door. I'm betting Wiseman, but could actually also be one bit higher. The gates of Gehenna. Those gates are distorted but steadfast, serving to keep the living and the dead apart. Yeah, they've been accurately realized for sure. Too bad the testament doesn't give us any clues on how the 2 of us can force them to open. Nor do you have any chance of doing so. Who was that? About time. Knew it. Had to be him. A pleasure to see you again, Kevin Graham. I never thought we'd have the pleasure of meeting face to face again. Certainly not in a place bedecked with so many delightful peculiarities. I figured you might show up eventually. With this place being full of people I've killed, and you're rearing your ugly head, that's always a given. Who is he? He's the biggest sinner the church has ever unfortunate enough to have in their ranks. The Bishop of Congregation for the Sacraments, who went on to become the Anguish in Ouroboros. George Wiseman, the demon I put an end to half a year ago. That's him? Oh, not discerning your identity was truly my most careless blunder. I never suspected that the priest before me would be the one to inherit the long vacant position of the 5th Dominion. Life does so love its surprises, doesn't it? Well, that was the point. Me being a Dominion was deliberately kept secret so that I could serve as one of the congregation's trump cards. Of course, the truth's out in the open now, but it's a fair enough price to pay if it means you're dead. The congregation always were a cunning bunch. They created such an elaborate scheme just to take out poor little me. Was the plan conceived shortly after your stigma first manifested? No, I'm sure it was. And after that, it was merely biding your time till you could make your move. With a Dominion, the Salt Pail, and a carefully designed game plan on their side, the odds of me escaping with my life were woefully slim indeed. You're right about how cunning they are. In that sense, you were probably just right when you called me a damn dog. I was fine with being that way too. How respectable of you. I must admit, I am astounded. I had carried out plenty of my own research on stigmas and their capabilities, but I had no idea a genuine article was capable of quite much more. What are you talking about? I suspect that deep down you already know the answer, but it is my deepest pleasure to elaborate. The Gehenna in which we stand is a reflection of your latent desires. That you already know, but more specifically, the cause of this is your stigma. What do you mean? After the Aureola's disappearance, Phantasma was thrown into a state of great confusion. After all, Phantasma was the Aureola's subsystem. Without the Aureola to control it, it was like a ship whose captain suddenly vanished. Lost. To calm its own confusion, Phantasma sought a new master who could take the place of the Aureola and control it. Specifically, he chose the person with the deepest trauma from among those close to the aureole when it vanished. Its decision made, it found the stigma that exists deep within you and made a copy of within itself. That stigma then manifested your latent desire, Gehenna, here in Phantasma. And that is how both this and the Lord of Phantasma came into existence. Kevin. Well, I suppose that's enough exposition for now. And now that we're clear of confusion, I have a proposition for you. One that will allow you to resolve all this without a single loss of life. A tantalizing prospect, no? You can do that? Really? It's quite simple. You need only to cast away your humanity. Nothing more. Your stigma rose from the ashes of immense despair and guilt. What better way to deal with this situation than to become a being that is not burdened by such worthless emotions? To become a truly self-supporting superhuman capable of controlling every facet of themselves. You're insane. That's no way for people to live. Yet, is the goal I obsessively pursue in both life and death alike. My research into stigma was but one part of my effort to achieve it. My efforts with Joshua may not have borne fruit, but you're so very close to reaching it. And once you become a superhuman, you will be able to fully control your own stigma and emerge as a new Lord of Phantasma. Silence, Faceless. Stop trying to deceive him with that forked tongue of yours. Oh, please. I'm doing no such thing. I only presented a modest proposal at best. Not one word I've said is a lie, I swear it. You could argue that I may feel resentment toward him for being instrumental in my death, but at this point, that matters little to me. Everything pales in significance to seeing my long-cherished ambition realized. I abandoned the Church's teachings and joined Ouroboros in pursuit of creating a superhuman, and now I finally can. You're insane. It's all right, Ries. You don't need to keep defending me. Kevin? I'm glad to see you understand me. I always knew you would see sense in the end. It is hard to disagree with the fact that I need to be stronger than I am. It was my weakness and my cowardice that led to taking Rufina's life with my own hands. It was my weakness and my cowardice that led to rejecting Mom and allowing her to die. And now, it's those same two qualities that have led Ries and the others getting drawn into this mess to suffer. All of those things are on me. All of them. But, you're absolutely right. But there's no need to despair any longer. You have it in you to overcome such weakness. Follow the path I've opened to you, and they will be a thing of the past. A mere memory. That's one option. A good one too. But, sorry. It's not the one I'm going to be picking. Man, I'm even more of a loser than I figured. Even now, I just can't bring myself to forget the taste of chocolate I had that day. What? Yeah, he's choosing to beat his own weakness on his own, and not take a shortcut like Wiseman is proposing. When Rufina and Ries found me, I was crushed beyond measure. I thought I'd never be able to stand up again and overcome the despair I felt. That's why that bitter yet sweet taste left such a strong impression on me. Is why it gave me the strength to move forward, even knowing how many hardships awaited. Because for every hardship, there will be just as much joy waiting for me. Kevin. So, sorry, Faceless. This thing ain't gonna work out between us. Very well. I'm not about to force you to change your mind. But let's see how far such pathetic sentimentality will take you when your lives are placed in mortal peril, shall we? Ooh, devils. No. Astart and Rostrum. We have to face both Guardians of Gehenna Gate at once for this round, huh? You may be Dominion, but surely even you realize that you don't stand a chance of winning here. Not when you have to worry about that girl with you. Well, having any second thoughts? Don't you dare listen to him, Kevin. I'll be fine. Don't let worrying about me stop you from doing what's right. Well, you're right about our chances of winning. 2 high-ranking devils and you against just the 2 of us? Things aren't looking so hot. At least that was before I knew I'm not the man I once was. What? Ah! Kevin learned the S-Craft Spear of This is a space element attack that hits all foes on the field and is especially effective versus devils. Yes, please. Wow. Impossible! What is that? This is the other side of my stigma. It's light side. It's been there all along. I was just never able to see it until now. How can this be? Seems like I owe you a word of thanks, Faceless. Turning down that deal you threw out has finally allowed me to gain a little confidence in myself. As a token of my appreciation, you can be the first one to see what it can do. As its victim. I always knew you were nothing more than a dog. Fine, have it your way. Let's see how much of a difference a change of color really makes against such overwhelming odds. I welcome you to try. No criticals close by. Let's see, what do they have for us? 40k? 40k, and of course Wiseman is the weaker one of the 2. Can temporarily banish foes from existence and of course destroy their EP, I'm sure of it. I guess what is holding us back for using the Spear of with especially strong against devils? There is no chance in hell there's gonna be a critical coming up. So we might as well, why not? Ooh, that is extremely nice. So, how much do we have? 19, 19, 18. I have an idea, which is not a very wise one, but it's gonna be a very fun one. Cause if I fail, it will be very bad. Cause Zerum powders and capsule, these are the things that you save up for in a tight situation. We are not in a tight situation. But I'm curious. And there's gotta be a way for me to get more Zerums, isn't it? Near there isn't? With a full party, I won't need it. I'm gonna spit in the face of Wiseman like he's nothing. He doesn't deserve anything more than that. Call it a waste. I call it an experiment, and I think Wiseman would be one to appreciate something like that. Do we have enough in you to take care of him, or do we need to put a salt pillar in his face before it's done? I'm pretty sure Wiseman will have, if he survives, he will have at least 2 or 3 moves before it's our turn, so... Well, we're fully HP'd, we have all our EP, so if there's any chance of surviving it, is this. It would be cool though if he does die. So what will you give me? Give me that number. Oh, it's so close. Can you imagine if I would have had him dead without any chance of him doing a move?
Good job. Keep it up.
A tiger heart and a crimson eye. And we got a serum powder to compensate for the other one to be used. Which is more than enough for us in case of an emergency. Well done. But as long as the Phantasma exists, I will never die. I'll always be watching you from here, Kevin Graham. Watching to see just how long you can continue to desperately play tough before accepting the reality around you. Who doesn't love a good evil laugh every now and then, right? Desperately play tough, huh? I wish I could disagree. What do you mean? Kevin! How are you? Are you alright? I'm fine. I think I just overdid it some. Again. I'll be okay though. I won't flop over like I did last time I pulled this. Not after I've made my mind up to finally face Rufina head on. Good. Let's meet back up with our friends. Still, we might have beaten them, but we're not really in the best situation here, are we? How are we even supposed to get that door to open? I don't think we're enough to get it to budge. I'm pretty sure our friends will be on the other side. Helping. Yeah, but we've come this far. We can't just give up. I think we're going to have to destroy it. As usual, you mind if we at least try something else before resorting to rampant destruction? Besides, I think this gate is the most important defining structure down here. What makes this a replica of Gehenna more than anything? I can see it's very easy to destroy. Hey! That sounds like... Is this a joke? They all jump down. No, it's Gilbert! Okay, I have to admit, last person I expected to be down here. I've never been so happy to see someone in my life. And once again, you got out of your way to defy logic. We found you in some weird ass places, but this one has got to be the weirdest of them all. How did you get down here? His presence is more than a little suspicious. You're not working with the Lord of Phantasma, are you? The Lord of what's it? No, forget it. We don't have time to chit-chat. We need to run. Now, we're done for. Huh? What was that? Roaring and the sound of flapping wings. A lot of them. Gilbert, what did you do? Are those devils? They're not as high ranking as the two we just beat, but they're no slouches either. How are we supposed to take this many on at once? Oh, do something! This is your responsibility! I don't want to die, not here. And you think we do? I sure don't. Damn it, I used too much of my stigma's power. I've got to at least try and give these two an opening to get away, but how? Friends? Oh, stay back, stay back! Kevin, I don't think I've got much of a choice here. Oh yes you do. Trust in your friends, and they'll come through, they always do. Kevin, Ries, are you okay? Oh, thank goodness we made it. What is this place? Hell? Oh my, this looked like a 101 replica of Gehenna. My compliments to the designer. Nice to see you two hanging in there. I can see we're in for a fun time. Why the heck is Gilbert with you? You guys? Why? After you fell down here, Celeste was gracious enough to search for your location. And thanks to you having the cube with you, we were able to find it. Yes, she finished connecting a path here only moments ago. This door will take you back up to the garden. Really? We appreciate it. I can't believe my luck. Anyway, the talking can wait until later. We'll charge in and try and force an opening in their ranks. You take that chance to break through and get through the gate. Hurry. Thanks. Truly, thank you. Shall we begin then? A moment of thrilling dance with devils await. Righteous shall be victorious. Fall before the blade of a Vander. Let's do this. Right. Hell yeah. With their combined power, there's nothing they can do. He might have pulled them all down here into Phantasma, but without them, he would have never made it. Hey, but that's how it goes. If you're in trouble, you gotta ask some help from your friends. Let's go straight into the next chapter. That's about the long and short of it. In other words, all of this, everything that happened, it's my fault. All of you are victims who had the misfortune of knowing me and getting dragged into this. No apologies is sincere enough, but I'm so sorry for what you've been through. I'm not following. Why? I heard all you said, but I don't think you've got any reason to be that sorry. Come again, Estelle? Based on what we've learned, Phantasma choosing a new master was an inevitability, and something Edith would have done whether you were there or not. As such, after it lost the Oriole, something like this would have happened no matter the circumstances. I agree. Phantasma would simply have chosen someone else and created a different world as a result of the trauma that laid within. The thought that you might have been chosen is nothing short of terrifying too. Everything that has happened to us in here so far is nothing compared to what we would have endured had that come to pass. A world of Olivier. Very lecherous, very lewd indeed. It would have been a trial much worse than what we've seen so far. Oh, Mueller, your words are like the sweetest kiss turned frozen upon parting. Do you have that little faith in me, your one and only? Perhaps everyone would have been drawn into the most ravenous feast the world has ever seen, but nothing more than that. I'm scared. I'm just disgusted. You're a special degree of creep, you know that? I want no part of your feast that comes from out of your brain. Count me out on this one. I can't help but feel you guys are kinda missing the point. Well, don't take this as me trying to defend you or anything, but in a sense, it would have been a good thing you were chosen over everyone else. How do you figure? Well, I'm lost as well. Well, your stigma is obviously very powerful, and it's capable of exerting a lot of control over things. Enough so that Phantasma as it is now exists in the state of an order. But what if it had chosen someone else? Would the world have been able to maintain that order then? It is possible that Phantasma would have been unable to contain the chaos that ensued and gone out of control under someone else. It's what you're essentially getting at, right? Well, you can also see on the other side, this gave Kevin and a little bit Ries the opportunity to deal with their trauma. Something that had to happen at some point. And now he was here, with his friends surrounding him, with Ries by his side. Also the best time to deal with it. I knew you'd understand, Joshua. If that had happened, a whole lot more people might have been caught up in this. Not that I've got a problem with lots of guests at a tea party. The more the merrier. Ah, come on, Ran. I think you're the only one who'd be having fun. She's right. I don't think you've got any reason to beat yourself up over this. We're all different people from different walks of life. But right now, we're all here, sharing a common destiny. Yeah, in times like these, we gotta help each other out, right? Besides, this place relates to the Oriole, which is Liberl's problem. From my perspective, you're a victim. I couldn't agree more. As such, Kevin, I would appreciate you continuing to lead us as you have done so far. It's time to truly bring an end to what started a half year ago. What can I even say? First I'm stupid, then Ries pulls off the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and now you guys. This must be the biggest group of idiots in all of Samaria. I swear, you wouldn't find a more gullible, naive bunch anywhere on the continent. I was happy to use each and every one of you for my own devices right to the very end. So, how can you be so... It's alright, Kevin. Sometimes you just have to know when to give in. And you're at the point right now. Your luck ran out seconds ago. You got stuck with us. I got stuck with you, you mean? Spending too much time with pushy meddling do-gooders who don't know when to quit like you is bad for anyone. You wanna say that again? Well, all of those things describe you to a T, that much is true. They certainly do. I think they're your good points, though. Yeah, so do I. I think Estelle's rubbed off on all of us at this point, and that's not a bad thing. Thank you, guys? Group of idiots is right. We're smack dab in the middle of a shitty situation here, but you wouldn't know it by looking at us. With a theme this spectacular, what do we have to fear? There's a chance we could even overthrow the Erebonian government if you put our minds to it. Need I remind you that that's not something an Erebonian prince should be saying out loud? It's alright. I know when I'm beat. We're in this together. At this time, I actually mean that. Got it. We're happy to have you with us. Anyway, at least now we know exactly what we need to do here. We need to defeat Rufina, the Lord of Phantasma. There's no getting around that. Unfortunately not. Indeed. That's sad. Just where is she? You didn't encounter her in Gehenna, did you? Well, she disappeared right after the two of you fell down there. That's a good question. I think it's safe to say she wasn't down in Gehenna with us. If she had been, she would have shown herself at some point. Yeah. But then, where is she? I believe I can answer that. Ooh. One last chamber we haven't seen yet? Celeste, I didn't realize you were here. I can't thank you enough for saving our hides earlier. Truly, I thought we would have been able to get out unharmed if not for your assistance. We're both grateful beyond words. I was more than happy to help. All of us here are in the same predicament, myself included. You can even think of me as another one of your companions if you'd like. Naturally. What kind of answer are you thinking you can give? Ah, yes. It took some time, but I was able to ascertain her current location. What? Really? Is that what you've been working on all this time? Yes, it is. During my investigation of the 7th plane, I was able to gain an understanding of the layout and contents of Phantasma as a whole. I also discovered that the Lord of Phantasma isn't in any of the planes. Rather, she is outside of them. Phantasma consists of more than just the planes? What is it like outside of them? Think of the planes you've been exploring like a giant multi-layered structure in the center of Phantasma. They're all you have known up until this point, but this world consists of so much more than them. That said, the rest of Phantasma is just a vast barren wasteland at this point, abandoned and devoid of life. Hard to picture without seeing it for myself. Do you know where this big abandoned wasteland she is? Because if it's that vast, just knowing she's there isn't gonna help us much. I have a relative good idea where in it she is, thankfully, although that doesn't solve the core problem. I fear the word vast doesn't do scale of the wasteland itself justice. I believe it's roughly the size of the continent where you live. Is the size of Zemuria? That is going to pose a problem. Crossing an area that massive on foot would take months, maybe even longer. Do we not have any means of transport that we could use? I'm not sure. Wait. I've got an idea. Remember what else that was extremely big that we found down here? Are you getting what I'm getting at? What was the big thing beside Pater Mater what also was down here in one of the dungeons? The Arce. The biggest, baddest flying machine in all of Liberl. If we can use that, we can check the entire vast wasteland in a fraction of the time. Truly. I can't place monuments too far for this garden for one thing. Even if we did commit ourselves to trekking across the whole thing on foot, without the cube's power we couldn't come back and resupply. Trying to take several months worth of food hardly seems realistic. Well, that is a tough one. I can only think of waiting for her to come to us. What's up with you, Short Stuff? Got something up your mind? Well, I was just thinking, why not just use the RSA? See? Someone on our own level that thinks of stuff like that. What? The replica we encountered on the first plane? Yeah. This world is supposed to react to the desires of people in it, right? So while that desire might not be the real one, it looks just like it. Everyone here is pretty familiar with the real thing and how it looks, so it seems like a ship we could all picture flying easily. Maybe if we all wish for it to fly together, it might actually happen. Sorry, I'm being silly, aren't I? I don't know what's gotten into me. This isn't something an engineer should be saying. I don't think you're silly at all, Tita. In fact, I think it's a fantastic idea. You do? It seems like the easier something is to imagine, the easier it is to have it realized in Phantasma. And both you and Julia are familiar with the exact structure of the RC, while most of us here have seen and been on board it. This might actually work. There's clearly no rule saying airships can't exist here, either, given that we've already been on the Black Ark. Well, Celeste, do you think it would work? The RC was a ship that you used to board the Liberl Ark, I believe. Then if I were to feed the image of it flying then back into the system? I think this may actually be possible. If all of you are on board, the White Wings will take to the skies once more. We can really make this happen? I can't believe it. Well done, Tita. Totally. You really outdid yourself this time. Wait a second. Does this mean we might be able to make the Bobcat fly? There's a copy of that here too. Oh, you're right. How many of you are familiar with that? Crap, I forgot about that. I think Josette and I are the only one who have actually flown in it. Shara, Olivier and I have technically been in it, but that was just a stowaways. Yeah, that was back when we were investigating the airship hijacking. What a fond memory that adventure made now that I look it back. I'm not sure what the odds of success would be then. That's a rather small number of people. I think it would be wise to focus on trying to revive the RC first. Aww, okay. Still, it sounds like a much better plan than trying to walk there on foot. We should prepare for departure at once, and then we can make our way to the RC. Don't gotta tell me twice. Well, we have a lot in store for us if we're able to make this work. However, I should warn you all of one thing. Once you have flown the RC to the area where the Lord of Phantasma waits, that will be it. You will be unable to return to this garden ever again. Please be mindful of that. Never? Not even once? Because we won't be able to use the cube's warp functionality anymore. Correct. Using it to warp is only possible when you're within a certain range of the garden. Go outside of that, and it's no longer possible. So before you depart, I would ask that you make absolutely sure you have everything you need and are ready for whatever you may find there. Good to know. It wouldn't hurt to do some extra training then. I don't doubt we're all gonna have to play our part in the thing to come. Okay, so Zin is already telling us that everyone needs to be on the level. Alright. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't mind getting in some exercise myself. Wouldn't want to wind up being the one to drag the group down. This will be our last opportunity to open the doors scattered throughout the plains and take everything we find too. It's probably best if I step down as leader for the time being then. If you're just doing door hunting or trying to get some extra practice in, I'd only be getting in the way. If anyone else wants to learn how to use the cube or fill out my notebook, I'd be happy to teach you, just let me know. Let's just be sure that when the time comes, we leave with no regrets. Right. So it means we can have any 4 members if we want. That will make grinding a lot easier for me between this one and the next one, because I think I need to level everyone up to at least 125 and fully outfit them with equipment and ornaments. So it's gonna be expensive as hell. I do wonder if I will be able to make another episode for tomorrow then. We'll see. Alright. For now, I will keep Kevin in there together with Tina, and we're gonna level up 2, which are gonna be the lowest ones. And I think for starters, I don't want to do Shira and Josette, because Josette's gonna be extremely weak. So let's do Mueller, Josette, and Tina. So 2 very low ones and 2 people that can take care of the entire group if needed be. Alright, before I call this episode, I'm gonna check if we have something new in store. Do we? It will be mainly by Tida if we want to know if that's the case, because the rest haven't been with us for a long time. No, so it's current, armor, still the Amalgam Guard, and the Synchrotrons. Advantage of that is that we have a lot of additional equipment pieces we got in the other area. If we are allowed to travel to Gehenna, we can grind that really big old monster there and try to get some +3 equipment there too, which would be a lot better. And we have a nice amount of cash. But I think the one thing I want to focus on first is the quartz. I want to see, one, do we have new ones? And if the fortune one is here, the one we need. We don't get a higher death blow. Need to do the last, I think, one of the doors. So where are we gonna get? Did we already get it and is someone wearing it? That might be it as well. So, now that we've looked over it roughly, I will call the episode here. And between this episode and the next one, I'm gonna do as much grinding as I can. I will do my best to keep the streak going from one to the other. But the things we can do for the next couple of episodes, because I'm really just thinking about it right now. We are not going to Lord of Phantasma on the next episode. We have memories that we still need to see. We have mini games still need to be done, and we have an arena we need to complete. But it all hinges on one thing: getting the quartz to open up. Why do I keep forgetting what that one is? The moon door, number 5. Complete the form of happiness, and I think there was a fortune quartz we need to get in there. I could be wrong, could be something else, but it's definitely an item we need to have. So I will do my best to find it between now and the next episode. If we have it, we continue on with the moon door number 5 as the first one, and then everything that comes out of that, meaning gathering up all the level 5 quartz to open up the last minigame. After 5 we can do all the arena battles. Hopefully by then we have opened up all of the doors and we can do 14. I do think we are missing a single door, because 14 opens up, like, if you look here, like 14 here opens up if you have all the other doors, but there's one door after it, meaning we haven't seen one door yet, and the 7th plane is not there. Can we get there through the 6th plane, maybe? Okay, something else we might possibly go and explore a little bit on the next episode. Like I said, we have plenty to do before we move on, and we can use that time to upgrade everyone to be on sufficient strength that can be of use against whatever is going to be thrown at us. Do I want them all to be level 130 and higher? Yes. I doubt we're going to get there, but the more we can do, the more we can grind, the better we can make them, the more chance we have. So, for next time, let's hope we can do some memories. And until then, I wish you a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to be back here next time as we round up as much as we can before continuing on. Bye bye.